All right, just finished up our Friday prep. Really good day of work. It's been a good week of practice. Guys are locked in. We're very much aware of the challenge it's going to be. Really, one of the more difficult environments in the league to play in, and they're playing very well right now. Coach Payton's got those guys rolling, so we're going to have to go have one of our best efforts of the season to go get our 7th win, and the guys seem really locked in. We got to go make it come to life on Sunday night. Just updating you guys on a few players. We're going to go ahead and rule out a Caleb Evans for the football game, as well as Jaron Hall. Just not quite there yet. Want to make sure out of precaution we're just allowing Jaron to finish up the last phases of that protocol, and hope to have him next week available to us. Brian Asamoah, Alex Madison, and then our 3 guys, Justin Jefferson, Nick Mullins, and Chris Reed, all will go in questionable. Those guys with their windows opened up, we're going to get together and kind of evaluate what that looks like for each one of those 3. I do see us having a good chance at having Nick Mullins available. He had a really good week for us. And then Josh Dobbs, TJ Hawkinson, Dean Lowry, and KJ Osborne all will go in without an injury designation.
Justin do some stuff, all stuff today, or what did he do today?
Just continued his kind of ramp. Yeah, it was, I think he was listed as limited, and that's what I would classify it as.
Kevin, before you get him back, do you view it as necessary to have him go through full practices, or is that something that isn't a prerequisite to putting him back in the field?
Yeah, I mean, as far as if and when it gets to full before he plays, that would. Justin is a guy that, pre-injury was full meant taking every single rep on the practice field. I don't know if we'll get to that point, but like we've talked about from the very beginning, he'll continue to get his work. Had another really good week this week, and we'll get together and make sure we're making the best decision for him when that time's right, with, as Justin stated, his full input as well.
The same sort of process for him this week as last?
It's different just because he did a little bit more, but yes, similar. Yeah, I think it's no secret what the turnover metric has been for our team and really their team as well this year, and it's just a football statistic, and I'm proud of our guys. I think we've gotten the turnover margin from minus double digits all the way down to -3, so we're continuing to work towards getting that number in positive territory. And then just overall, anytime November, December, you go on the road, possessing the football, running the football, limiting the ops that they have to keep it away from us, and also just wear us down defensively. It's something that you think about, and it goes into your plans, and I think it'll be a huge part of the game. Like your vest, by the way.
Kevin, a little off topic. There's a flap this week around sideline reporters. You're one of the head coaches with the unique experience of actually having been a sideline reporter.
Yes, that's correct.
Wondering what you think about that issue of a reporter potentially taking a liberty with summarizing halftime thoughts.
Yeah, you guys have heard me say this both, on record and privately. I have nothing but respect for the jobs you guys do. Anybody who covers our team, the broadcasters in the booth during the game, and certainly the professionals working the sideline. It always seems to me, my experiences have always been that people are doing their jobs, and I view it as, more, it's not an obligation for me. I think it's part of our game and part of the connection we have with our fans, for us to, all do our jobs professionally and make sure that I know my role in it is to, I can't always give all the information, but I think it's important to be honest and articulate and make sure that you're, putting some thought into the things you say, so hopefully that message gets delivered to our fan base, because that's ultimately, the beauty of our connection between head coach and sports media is I feel like I do have a connection to our great fan base. So that's the way I look at it. I don't know much about kind of what's transpired. I just know that, in my coming up on however many games I've been a coach, I don't even know. Every interaction I've had has been professional, and really the questions have been thought-provoking and really something that I think hopefully provided some, bonus for the TV broadcast during the game.
Kevin, I think we're going to talk to Kirk later. Just what's it been like to have him back around the building? We've seen him a couple times. So.
Yeah, he's, as the doctors have allowed him to be a little bit more mobile, which he has been. He's been in some of the quarterback meetings. That's going to continue to ramp up. Kirk knows, even this week, early on in the week, I was having some dialogue with him about some thoughts on some plays or maybe some things that he saw from our game last week that jumped out at him, maybe some things we can build off of that either this week or in the future. And that's really what I want Kirk doing, because he knows our offense as well as anybody around here and knows what it's like to be out there, knows what it's like to visually, see things and try to work through our progressions in the pass game. What's been the best part about Kirk is just how willing he's been to be there, not only for Josh, but all of his teammates. There's a reason why they all voted him a captain. He's somebody I go to really gauge where we're at as a football team, and that will not change, throughout the rest of the season. And my hope is we just keep on ramping up his involvement, getting him traveling again with us, on the sidelines with us when he can be. And I think that'll be big for, everybody, coaches and players. Yeah, I think what TJ has really done a very good job of since he's gotten here is really growing his ability to understand how to set things up, the space, timing, the rhythm as a route runner, to understand how to use his skill set, how to maximize it depending on where he is at which level the defense, but still applying some of those same principles, if that makes sense. Doubling up somebody at 5 yards or 15 or 25, it's still the same technique. It's just how much speed did you use to get there? How were you able to open up your window on an in-breaking route or save some grass on an out-breaking route while still maintaining leverage? And it's kind of nerd talk to say he's done a really good job of the nuances. But what I try to do is not overcoach him, because I think if you just paint a picture of what we're trying to get done, more oftentimes than not, he's going to make it right. And if there's a rep where we've got to have dialogue about it and maybe, hey, this is how I saw it or this is how the quarterback saw it, TJ's the best. I mean, he'll adjust and adapt, sometimes on the fly in game. There's some examples of that last weekend even in that first half when he was having such a great first half. He was still always coachable, always willing to, take something that's really good and try to make it better. I believe with his work today and just that final clearance, I don't know exactly when that'll happen, but I believe it'll be today. He'll be out.
Kevin, over the past 2 games for Denver, they've averaged a starting field position of their 43.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, what would you identify as some keys to neutralizing that advantage, considering you mentioning where you're playing and possibly some weather?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of really them playing really, really solid complementary football. I think, it's not an opinion. They do have the best punt returner in football statistically right now. He jumps out all over the tape. He's shown up on, I think he's averaging 22 yards a catch on when he's playing receiver, and explosive, great vision, breaks tackles. Some of those returns that have gotten them that great starting field position have been really noticeable on tape. And then you look at their defense playing. I think they're playing at a really high level right now. They get Kareem back this week, and one of the best corners in football, 2 really good safeties, and then just really good football players across their front 7 that seem to be gaining confidence each and every week, getting the ball back for Russell in the offense. So it feels to me like it's complementary football working for them. They've gotten some turnovers to get some short fields as well. So we've got to play clean. We've got to play smart, tough, really November, December road games. You have to play like that to give yourself a chance to win the football games. And then it's still going to be close, and you're going to have to do what you need to do in the end to try to have a chance to win the game.